Apparently, we're live. Welcome back. So, last time I started on a watch display case for my son. Used the bandsaw to resaw some boards that are now right over here. So, let me take you to that. We've got some resawn oak boards. These were boards that I used back in the day. Um, so, I reclaimed these from old wood floorboards. So you can see, they've been nailed down. So I removed all the nails and planed them down, jointed them, ripped them, everything. And now these ones I've resawn, so they're roughly half an inch. This is not resawn material. All right, so that's about half an inch. And then this is roughly a quarter inch. Didn't get them sawn quite as close to in half as I wanted, but it'll have to work. So I'm actually going to just start gluing this stuff up, and I want this is going to be the base of the display case, and I want the dimensions to be 16 inches wide and 8 inches deep. So let me just pull out the tape measure. These are all a little bit less than 2 inches. And so I need 5 of them. So that'll get me over 8 inches. And they don't necessarily all fit together that great. I don't know how well you can see the gaps here, but they're close enough that I'm not going to worry about it. So I'm going to put down some parchment paper to try and protect from the surfaces down below getting glued up and glued together. This is maybe a better way to phrase it. And I think this is how I want to put them together. So I got these two that are matchbooked. These two also go together, but I'm not setting them together because they're a little bit different in thickness. And so having these guys between them makes for a little bit better movement there. And then I've got to have this guy for to get my 8 inches deep. So, all right. So I'm going to use a fair amount of glue. And go. Let's see if we can do it like this. All right, and I'm just going to use original type bond. I might need to clean off the tip here. I'm struggling to open the thing. Yeah, I think I'm definitely going to have to do something there. Holy crap. That is really glued down. Actually, let me use this guy. There we go. All right. And just reminding myself that I didn't need to do that there. Let me spread that out. Okay. Because I had a fair amount of gap, I'm wanting there to be a fair amount of squeeze out here. All right, so let me get out some clamps here that are using clamps that are long enough to do the whole stance here. And I'm going to throw another piece of parchment on top. And I get some more boards here. And the idea here is that I want to keep everything relatively flat. So and flip this whole thing over, but these clamps are not clampy enough at the moment, so and get a couple more clamps. And now that I've got a little bit more, I can put these clamps more in the center. Hopefully get a little bit better clamping pressure that way. Actually, I much prefer like I have on that side. So I'm going to switch this guy being under. So that it's not resting its weight on top. So, and there we go. All right. So gives you a little bit of a view of what's going on. We've got the clamp on that side, push them together. Clamp on that side, push them together. And the clamps on my makeshift cauls. Trying to make it stay flat. And that's my hand, so that I can try to reposition this back on the tripod. All right, so again, that is the base for the display case. So let me move that out of the way, away from the workbench onto the router table, because the router table is always a great surface for everything, really. All right, and all right, now I've got these two boards that I think will work pretty well for the sides, and I'm not going to rip them, or I'm not going to resaw them like I did for the base. Whoa! Also, these boards over here were the other pieces of what I resawed and made the base. So I was thinking to use these as partitions inside the case. So I could have one of them going all the way across, and then I'll have 4 other divisions. So it would make 5 um, 5 compartments on each side, so 10 overall. So that's the plan for these guys. I'll put those off to the side for the moment, and let me check out our chat here. Hey, Kevin, how's it going? Good evening or night? Yeah. Hey, good evening and good night. And Billy's here. Sweet. Good to see you. New Roots is in. Thanks. Good. Thanks for being here. And Shoop. Hey, thanks for being here. Oh, you lost connection on your live? That's too bad. Thanks for being here. Appreciate it. Okay. My seems like my. All right. Sorry, I'm right across there and going to be really nice. Oh, I hope so. Hope so. All right, so I'm going to put some parchment under these as well. And let's see. I think I'll just go to the edge there. Call it good. I'll do this side because it's shorter. And I've already got the glue open. So I'll just start going. And not very much here. And I want a fair amount of glue because I want lots of squeeze out to fill in any gaps. As I mentioned earlier, for those who may not have joined me yet, when I jointed and ripped these, I didn't necessarily do it all that well. So there's a bit of a gap between the boards, but rather than re-rip them or anything, I'm just going to fill it in with glue and that'll be good enough. All right. And I can close up that glue and try to clean it off so it's not as hard to remove the cap next time as it was this time. I'll spread this glue out a little bit. And yeah, look at all that squeeze out. All right, let's see if this is wide enough to fit. Looks like it might not be. I guess I could have just tested it before opening it all up. But what fun would that have been? All right, so a few of these. So And these are high quality. And okay, I think I'm kind of forcing them to be off a little bit. So let me take these guys off for a minute. Let's see if I can. I think I might need to do some calls on this too. You know what? I think on this one, I think I'll just kind of set it off to the side. And then instead of using calls, I'll just secure it to the workbench. Oh, wow. Look at all that chat. Let me get this going, and then I'll check in on chat. So I'm going to use these guys, put it together because they're not nearly as heavy. And all right, and then let's scoot it over here. I'm going to need to widen this out a fair amount. Probably not that much, but all right, let's see if this will work. I don't know how well you guys can see what I'm actually doing right now, but I don't think that's going to work at all. Because it feels like it's just pushing those apart in the center, and I'm not getting even pressure across the boards here. So I think I'm going to have to come up with some actual call-like deal instead of what I'm doing. So let's see here. Got some stuff I can use here. And we need some more parchment paper. Okay. And so I'll put one here. And see if I can't get that clamped up. Okay. And couple more pieces here. And in the chat, you can all tell me what I'm doing wrong. And after I kind of get this all situated, then I'll read what you say and probably ignore it. And let's see what I can do for one more call here. I've got lots of scrap that should work, right? There we go. All right. That looks great, right? All right, so let me catch up on chat. Okay, yeah. It's like I've missed almost all of chat so far. All right. So, yeah, how'd the stream go? Didn't make it live. It's doing good until lost connection. Turning cherry bowl, sweet. Like a turn a cherry bowl. Hang out in Discord with a few buddies. Shame on you, New Roots. Got my favorite tape measure sitting there. You know what? I like it too, as long as it actually stays open when I pull on it. But this one doesn't always do that. So I've got another one. I think I have another one in the house that's actually even worse. It doesn't hold at all. But yeah, that was, yeah, if I tilt it up, you know, grab it, yeah, that one, it's not doing too bad there. But it doesn't, so it's kind of lost its spring or whatever. I'm not sure exactly how to fix it. Haven't really tried, but I have some other tape measures here. I'm not sure why I spent the money on a Stanley, but you know, that one works pretty well. And then to retract it, I push on the lever there. And then my brother gave me this Milwaukee, which you know, is a little bit more traditional. But one of the nice things about this one is that it's got a magnetic deal there. So, you know, so it'll hold on to the clamp there. You know, so if I'm trying to measure something that's got some iron in it, then I don't have to, otherwise, oh, that's what I get for pulling on the clamp, or pulling on the tape measure instead of securing the clamp first. But so anyway, so that's what I like about the Milwaukee. So I just put each of those away for the moment. And if I can, why is that? I have to do it in this order, maybe? There we go. That's why. So this one has a bigger clip, so it won't fit there because I have limited space in order for it to fit in. I just repurposed this from a shipping container. All right, so let me get back here. All right, shoots are going to finish their cherry bowl presumably on Friday. Had over 52,000 views in less than 2 hours on Halloween. Shoot, we're going to do it on Halloween. Yeah, 52,000 views. That's awesome. Yeah, did you get your 4,000 watch hours yet? That, like, with the amount of views you're getting, you should get to 4,000 watch hours real quick. Yeah, way over that, right? And throw it on when you're in the shop. Okay. Full monetization. Finish filling out the tax part. Yep. A few weeks for everything to go through. Yeah, if you get all the paperwork done, it goes pretty quick. And then just it seems like there's always something more that they want you to do. So you fill out the paperwork, and then they're like, "Oh, okay. Well, now you have to do this other piece, and then you have to do this other piece." So, but you can't do one piece until they check off that you've done X, Y, Z. Then they let you do PDQ, right? So, but it's not difficult. New Roots going to bed. Still pushing to monetize. Hit 100 subs. Oh, sweet. On to 500. Yep. Okay. Weather sucks. It's still raining there. The rain. Yeah. Sweet. Okay. Cool. All right. So I've got the sides glued up here, right? So what I'm envisioning is that after this glue dries, then I'll take an 8-inch segment, a 16-inch segment, an 8-inch segment, a 16-inch segment, wrap those all together, do like a miter joint or something on the edges, and so that'll form the sides of the display box. And then this piece over here will be the base of the display box. So this is more than 8 inches, more than 16 inches. So once that's all glued up, plane it down, and get it nice and pretty, and just cut that to to size. I'll probably cut it. Well, it'll end up being less than 8 by 16 because I've got half an inch on either side. So it'll end up being closer to 7 by 15. And I'm thinking to just do a dado on the interior of my sides, and then secure in my base, the dado of the sides. And for the top, I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to do yet. My son was saying that he wants it to be, wants to have a plexiglass top. And so I'm going to have to track down some hinges, some kind, and I'm not sure exactly how I want to secure it. If I want to do some sort of clasp or something else so that you can actually close it and have it be closed. Let's see. It's supposed to rain there, be in the 40s. My wife's actually doing pretty well. We went out and did family pictures earlier tonight. We were supposed to have a photographer come and help us with that, but she had to cancel because of some family commitment that she has. But my daughter's actually taking photography right now, and so she's got a nice camera and tripod and equipment and everything from the school. And so we just went and did the photo shoot anyway, and just had my daughter basically do everything except for the pictures involving her, in which just had someone else push the button. So she got everything set up and going click, 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 click. And so that was fun. But yeah, she's doing well. She had a bit of a rough day yesterday, but well, actually not really that rough. But she gets blood work done every week so they can test her, just do lab results. And her potassium was quite a bit higher than normal, and so they actually had her go in and get tested again at the emergency room, which it sounds a little worse than it is, because we're we're common customers at the emergency room with all of the medical stuff at our house, but so going to the ER is not that uncommon for us. So for those of you that have never been, don't freak out. But mostly they just wanted her to get her potassium levels tested again, see if it was just an error on the earlier lab work, and if not, then they wanted her to get treated for that. So took her in. Her potassium ended up being a little bit lower, but then when they went back in, but they still wanted to treat a little bit because it was still above normal, and but they just treated her for that and released her, so she was back home last night. So and doing well. Let's see. You went on Halloween, cool. So is there anything Halloween specific about the cherry bowl that you're turning, or is it just Halloween is the next available time to work on it? Let's see. How's Melinda? Yep. Oh, hi, Heidi. Hi, Heidi. And let's see. Yeah, still praying for it. Awesome. Thank you. Appreciate it. And me. Oh, I don't need prayers. I'm good. But I won't turn them down. All right. It's your next day off. Awesome. What kind of work do you do? Because I guess I kind of assumed that your lives were happening when you weren't working anyway. Since they tend to be later at night. Even, and I'm in the Mountain Time Zone. You're East Coast, Eastern Time Zone, aren't you? So they're a lot later for you, right? But I just figured you were off all of the nights that you're doing your lives anyway. All right. So yeah, just waiting for the glue to dry so we can progress to our next step on that. And then I need to think about what I want to do for the top. I'm thinking I should do some sort of oak surround for the plexiglass. I'm not sure what that's going to look like yet. So I could just take, a small strip and kind of make a frame around the plexiglass. I think I'd want, the tops of these boards to be the focal point rather than, having the top be the edges here. Although, I mean, I could clean them up. Like right now, the edges don't look that great because a lot of them have, burn marks and stuff from when I ripped them or jointed them. But maybe if I clean them up, they'd look a lot better. Sand them down to, to where there's no burn marks and stuff. And, maybe I just rip a piece and then just miter those on, have a dado for the plexiglass on the sides. So anyway, one idea for the lid. And then don't know that I have any hinges. I probably do have some hinges, but maybe not that it'd be small enough. I know I have hinges that I've reclaimed from um, shipping containers and that sort of thing. But I don't know that those hinges would work very well for this particular project. I'll have to think about that. Um, Truck driver, 12 hours, 5 days, 1 week, 2 days the next week. Okay. All right. Oh, sweet. Member for 1 month. Awesome. Thanks. Thanks, Jupe. Thanks for being a member. Anyone else who is not yet a member, you're welcome to join. Appreciate it. And you're all awesome. Let's see. So what else can I do right now? I guess I could start trying to make the lid. Should I try though? I don't have the plexiglass. At least I don't think I do. Pretty sure I'd know if I'd had some reclaimed plexiglass anywhere. Pretty sure I don't. So I'll have to order some in. So the oh sweet gift membership. Heidi received. Awesome. Thank you. Appreciate it. That is awesome. I should do something cool for when memberships pop up. But what cool things should I do when people become members or their gift memberships or whatever? I'll have to think about that. Maybe tell a dad joke. Would that work? Let me know if you want to hear a dad joke. Really. Yeah, driving truck. That's got to be a lot of fun. What type of routes do you typically do? Is it consistent routes that you're running, or is it you're running different routes each time? My brother-in-law drives truck. Actually started working for he was working for just some trucking company, but he recently switched over to driving for Walmart, and I think he's got a pretty consistent schedule as to where he's driving and when. Is that what it is for you, or you kind of every trip is different? So, and then for the dad jokes, my daughters like for me to read to them from the dad joke feed on Twitter, and so I think their favorite dad joke so far on there is goes something like this. A man approaches the casket at his boss's funeral. He leans down and whispers, "Who's thinking outside the box now, Gary?" They like that one. So, all right. Let's see. Drive around in circles, less than 3/4 of a mile between 4 buildings. Okay. So just working for a company that has local locations, just driving back and forth between all of them to deliver everything. But I guess that can work. But 12-hour shift, that's kind of long. And but then it's 5 days on. So I guess it'd be 5 days on, 2 days off. 2 days on, 5 days off, something like that. Is that kind of how it works? And let's see. Or I guess they wouldn't necessarily have to be in a row, right? So you might be working 5 days 1 week, 2 days the next week. So there's not necessarily 5 days in a row. So, okay, move product from one building to the next. Yeah, makes sense. Sweet. All right. Well, I'm looking forward to seeing that cherry bowl on Halloween, I guess. I'm not sure if I'll be watching on Halloween. I might be having to deal with my kids or with the kids that are arriving at our house. but I can always watch it on after the fact. So that should be good. Is there anything in particular? Are you going to do anything Halloween themed with the bowl? I know I kind of asked that earlier, but now I'm curious even more. I know you said it's just your next day off, but whoa, knocking the clamps here. Make sure everything's still okay. So yeah, just curious if you're, since you're going to be working on it on Halloween, you're going to throw some Halloween flair into the wood turning on the bowl. So Billy's off to bed. Thanks for being here, Billy. Appreciate it. And work Wednesday and Thursday. Next week, only off Wednesday and Thursday. Gotcha. Okay. So fun times, man. And so is the business open 5 days or 7 days a week though? So you're working Saturdays and Sundays on your fives. So all right. And okay, we've been live for 47 minutes. And let me just test this. This is still looking pretty wet, the glue over here. So I don't think I should dare trying to do anything with it yet. Just feeling a little dry, but more squishy than dry. So I'm going to give it a little bit more time before I unclamp everything. So yeah, I've got this tripod that gets up a lot higher, but it's also a lot more give because it's got a small base, and then obviously a lot of height, and at the top it's got a flexible pole thing, so it just has a lot more give. So I feel like it shakes a fair amount more when I'm repositioning it. Let me know if it's pretty annoying or not. Weekend, 3 days off, and the following weekend I work Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Okay, so they do work. They do work you on the weekends, huh? Well, as long as they're paying you, I guess it's not that terrible. But yes, it never feels like you're getting paid enough for the work you do. I know I feel that often, but pretty sure the people who pay me don't feel that way. So, all right, let's take a look at the glue over here. It's had less time to set up, and it is more squishy. So I'm going to give that plenty more time as well. So with that, I think I'll make $23.98 an hour. Sweet. And yeah, with that, I think I'll let the glue set a little bit longer. Not sure that there's anything else that I really wanted to get done tonight, so I'll call it good, and you all get some good rest, some good sleep, and we'll see you next time. Take care.